with the double biceps. It is in the contract a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hollywood Matt Connelly Live with the double biceps. It is in the contract a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. We are appearing on camera right this minute. We have a very special guest with us this evening. It is a member of the 98% arm wrestling crew and a big fan of the sport. It is Randy Snider Jr. It's very important to include the junior so we don't get them mixed up there. Welcome to the show. How have you been?
I'm great, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. So how did you get involved in the sport of arm wrestling?
One random day, I was scrolling through YouTube and I found a video of Devin Larratt compilation. Like many people have been introduced to the sport this way, so I just clicked on it. I was bored one day. I was like, "Who's this guy? What is this?" And I was just blown away by this highlight clip of him holding a guy. You know, he's this close to the pad and he's holding it. And, you know, that was Devin's game back then. And just getting the other guy to the other side of the table and winning. And I was just like, this guy's incredible. And that was the rabbit hole. And that night and the next day just went deeper and deeper.
Yes, it seems to be that all roads lead to Devin Larratt at some point, with the amount of people that we've got that come to the club. And it's like, how did you find out about the club? And they go, I was watching YouTube and Devin Larratt came up. It's the same thing. It's like, yeah.
It's a powerful tool, and he has transcended our sport. Much like, you know, some other famous athletes in different sports where they are, you know, kind of bigger than the sport itself, but it's, hey, we'll take anyone in the sport any way we can get them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of those things that whenever somebody new comes, you want them to have a great time so that they'll come back. It's like, please come back. We need more people to come in and enjoy this sport with us.
Absolutely, man. It's really cool to meet new people, especially like, you know, we had a first timers tournament where we had it was like 60 something first timer entries. It's, you know, like you said, we'll take them from all walks of life, all, you know, anywhere. Just come to the sport, try it out, be a fan, be a competitor. You know, we love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan Grondin is in the chat. He says, who is this guy?
Who let this guy in?
That's right. Absolutely. Good to see you in here, Ryan. I'm sure that you're gearing up for your show later on, as Randy will also be joining you on the Friday Night Live on 98% Arm Wrestling, 8:30 Eastern Standard is when it starts, I believe. Is that right, Randy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. So check it out. Great show every week. You get just it's random. You don't know who's going to turn up. Sometimes Devin himself will pop on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a mixed bag of people from all around the world, and you get you know, mostly a lot of the top guys in North America especially will be happy to jump on. And the fun thing about that is that you see the personality behind the athlete, you know. And a lot of the times in this sport, you're only ever seeing that person on the table, and a lot of people will form an opinion on who they are based on their performances, but they have no idea actually who that person is. And it's great to see that with podcasts and with those shows, that like the Friday Night Live shows, that you can get an idea as to this person's personality. And it's like, it can go both ways. I mean, sometimes you might be like, oh, this guy is completely different to the way I thought he was, and he seems really great. Or it could be the complete opposite, where you're like a fan and then they're a dick and you're like, he's ruined it for me.
Absolutely. You know, they say never meet your heroes. That's the old saying.
Yes, but Devin Larratt, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. First person that I arm wrestled, and because he was coming around Australia doing seminars, and I saw it pop up in the Facebook thing that I was following, and I was like, oh, I've got to go see him because I'd been watching him on YouTube, and I was like, I'll never get the opportunity to meet him again. And yeah, so my first experience was walking into, there was like about 40 or 50 people there, and Devin spent the first maybe hour talking about technique and training and different movements, which completely went over the top of all of our heads. We were just like, can we arm wrestle you now?
Yeah.
And then he spent the next 4 hours on the table, only for bathroom breaks he would stop, and just holding every single person there. So it was an awesome experience.
Yeah. You got to go to something like that. Even when the High Five Arm Wrestling Club up here in New Jersey, they held a seminar with him. There was people there that went there that weren't interested in arm wrestling in the slightest bit to meet him. They just wanted to meet Devin. So that's where the transcending the sport comes in.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, we've got a big tournament coming up in Australia in the Gold Coast on October 19th called Over the Top 2, or they might have called it Over the Top 3. I can't remember now. But Devin will be there just as a special guest. He's not competing, but it's like, well, I'm sure a lot of people will go just to see Devin and meet him.
That would be incredible. Like, I'm admittedly a Devin fan. I won't hide from that. I have also always wanted to go to Australia. Mm-hmm. So if I could in October, I would fly to Australia to do both. Vacation, arm wrestling, Devin, AWE. I would, if I could do it and get off work for 2 weeks, I would do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, it's that long flight that really kills you.
It's tough. I mean, I've heard plenty of stories from yourself, Lachlan, Ryan, Jake, all you guys. Matorangi Hedda Morris, met him at Knuckles Up. He was. That's a long flight from New Zealand too.
Absolutely. Dominic Lawrence is in. Hello to you, sir. One of the arm wrestlers from Australia who we were just talking about. And yeah, it's great to see him in the chat there. Yeah, but that flight it makes everything difficult. And I still feel sorry for Artem Taranenko.
Oh, I know, man.
When he flew over for our event, and it was 16 flights, because like he didn't take 16 flights, but there was supposed to just be 3.
That was
they kept canceling him.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen, because me and my buddy were texting each other back and forth, because we follow AWE, and we're like, did you see what's going on with Artem? And then he texts me back, he got delayed again. It's like back and forth. We're like, dude, he's not going to make it.
Yeah,
we showed up. Did he show up the day of or something?
The night before.
That's insane.
Yeah, we had luckily scheduled it for him to get there. The event was on a Sunday, and we had scheduled it that he would arrive on a Thursday, and he didn't get there till Saturday night. So it was right on the edge, and then he had to leave Monday morning. So he was only in the country for like, I don't know, 18 hours or something.
That is so crazy. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I feel bad for him, man.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he still put on a tremendous performance. He never complained at all, like the whole way through. He just was like, hey, my flight's been canceled again. What do you want me to do? I'm like, damn it, we're going to have to look at the I was on the chat with different airlines, and so was Ryan, and we're ringing, and it was like trying to find different alternative routes to get him there. And then he finally made it to Sydney. And Sydney to Adelaide is only 2.5 hours or something. And I was like, okay, great. He's made it to Sydney. Awesome. Australian flight's pretty reliable. We shouldn't have any issues. And then that flight got cancelled too. I was like, oh my God. So, yes. Hello to Ray Romanowski in the chat, as well as the Drew, who's made his appearance. The Drew number 24 we got tonight of the 24 clones.
And Ray Romanowski is our head referee of the 98.
Oh, tremendous.
Yeah, I got a lot to learn from him, actually, because I just got my level 1 referee certification. So
Oh,
I got to get some time in with Ray. He's, widely regarded as one of the best refs in our area. So um, I've seen him at a number of events, and he does a fantastic job. So looking forward to learning from Ray and hopefully Sean Hancock and all the other great refs in our area.
yeah, there's some really good ones over there in America that do a really good job. What's rule set was it that you got qualified with?
So under Sean Hancock, that is a IFA rule set.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I got my level 1 certification. So now I really need to get the reps in and learn, actually do it. I've done it for fun on side tables at events, some ready goes, square in the shoulders, the whole thing, but you really got to get the reps in, so
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
We've got a question in from Dominic Lawrence here. He says, "Do you have a club in Connecticut? My brother needs a club."
I can refer you to Nick Stone and the Dungeon with Ron Klemba up there in Connecticut. Um, Reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram. Me, Ryan Grondin, 98 Arm Wrestling. I could probably shoot them guys a message, see if maybe you guys can link up, and they got some monsters up there in the great Northeast. So Nick Stone being one of them.
There's monsters everywhere in the United States. It's crazy. You can't. I bet there's no practice that I could go to and somebody wouldn't just be so elite.
There's some big guys. We have the Sean Latimer practice in New Jersey. Sean, if you don't know him, he is a former um, power lifter, like strongman looking type guy, big dude. And they got a couple of monsters down there. Brian goes to that practice. Ray goes to that practice. That camera guy, Josh Tassadori with the 98, he goes to that practice. So yeah, there's, like you said, there's strong guys at every practice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's amazing. I mean, that's how you level up as a country, as a competitor. You're only going to be as good as the people around you, and
Yeah.
iron sharpens iron. And if somebody is, levels ahead and they've got years of experience and knowledge, and they're willing to help you get better, I mean, that's just invaluable, really. So yeah, tremendous sport, and I really love that aspect of it, that community feel that there
Yep.
is so much wanting everyone to improve and get better. And you see it even in elite matches where guys will go against each other, and then after the match, they're on the side table showing what they did to beat the other guy and how
Yep.
that they should change what they're doing so that that doesn't happen again. And it's like,
Exactly. Yeah. It is one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. For guys that are, so big, so strong, so masculine, testosterone flowing through the room. You would think there would be fights and arguments and, brawls all the time, but there's none of that. I have not seen that yet at any big event, small event, anything like that. But it's great to see everyone kind of help each other out after, a match like that, like you're saying.
yeah, for sure, absolutely. We've got the Drew saying here that Grondin's here too. No matter how many times I ban him, he keeps showing up. I got to send somebody over to collect his ears. All right. And Ray Romanowski says, "Thanks for the kind words. I really do appreciate it, and we appreciate the efforts that you put in, Ray. Referees are incredibly valuable in this sport. We wouldn't have the level of competition that we have these days if it wasn't for great officials making sure that everything is fair between the competitors. So that is such a critical element. And there's so many people that are hesitant to get involved in refereeing, and I think one of the aspects of the sport that I don't like is sometimes you get a lot of competitors that have a lower level of respect for the referee, and they're quite happy to argue with them, to abuse them, to try everything they can to cheat. And it's just like, a lot of people that I've had in when we've run tournaments, and I've said, can you just run this division? Can you referee this division for us?" And they go, "No worries." And then after they come up, and I say, "How'd you go?" And they go, "I am never refereeing again." Because everyone was so horrible to me. It was like,
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it does happen. It is a tough job being a ref. No one will probably envy you for being a ref, but it's necessary, and there's not a lot of refs. So, hopefully we can get guys to, climb the ranks in the ref scene, and we can get some more guys to take control of matches, because sometimes matches do get a little out of control, like you're saying, where they're abusing a ref, or you know various things like that. Sometimes you just want to see them go. Both of you are getting fouls, when
yeah,
both guys are just arguing and being difficult, so
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. It is difficult. Yeah, I mean, I've refereed probably over 400 matches or something with
Wow.
our club, because you know every time we have a match, it's like, well, I'm the referee for it. But I've had to adapt a lot of different styles along the way to until we found like the one that we found worked best for competitors and for audience watching as well.
Yes.
So went and wrote the AWE rule set based on the way that we were running our club matches. So we'd have running fouls. We don't call little elbow bobbles. We just want the match to start and we get a result. I don't want to have to restart because of fouls or anything like that. And I love that we have the first 20 seconds, the guys could find their own grip, and whatever grip that they start with, like if they, and I always confirm this with both guys, like, that I'll say, if you find your own grip and then they sort of get it, no matter what it is, if they could both be like this or be an inch away from the pin pad. But if you say, like, "Are you happy?" And he says, "Yes." "Are you happy?" "Yes." "Okay, go." It's like,
Yeah.
you don't have any recourse to argue that. It's like, I asked you if you were happy with that position. You
Yes.
said yes. There's no,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
So,
that's like the to go back to Devin, the whole consent thing with like the freedom arm wrestling, where guys will consent to a grip. Um, I think it's a very interesting concept in that too. The the one difficulty I have with that is like how, and as when a guy's in a setup, how slightly these little movements can change things. Like
yes.
1 second you're good, and then all of a sudden something very small changes with the hand or the fingers, and then all of a sudden you're not good.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult thing to perfect, but I think all of us are trying to do our best to find what works best for everybody. So
I
yeah.
completely agree. Absolutely. The Drew 24 with a comment here says 98% represent the majority of us pullers in that way of, yeah, we won't be elites, but we're here to have fun too and be part of this insane, silly sport of arm wrestling. And we're most of the fans too. Absolutely. Completely agree with that, Drew. And Ray Romanowski says, "Matt is a great rep himself." Well, thank you very much, Ray. High praise coming from yourself, my friend. So thank you very much for your kind words. And the Drew says that he's only happy with that position if he gets the pin. It's fantastic. Have you had any bad experiences as a referee?
So I just got my certification. So I haven't officially refed a tournament yet, but in some of the side table stuff, and some of the very few practice reffing I've done, um, I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Again, it's not a high caliber super match or a high caliber tournament. It's just me, practicing. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping I can continue to do that and enjoy it and just get better and get my level 2, level 3. Hopefully, maybe one day I can be a master at it. So, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Haven't had any bad experiences yet, but you never know.
Well, let's hope it continues that way for you. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those sports that it seems to be, it's inevitable in some aspects, but yeah, it's just part of the game, and
Yeah.
that's why you've got the fouls there. If somebody is not listening to your instructions. It's like the reason I'm saying this is I want the match to be fair,
Yeah.
and if you let me set it up, it will be fair. Neither of you will have an advantage, and we'll see who the better arm wrestler is.
Yeah.
But you see, even like with the strap, like when I apply the strap, I don't worry about like lining up the hands as I'm applying the strap, because so they're doing what they want to do as I'm putting the applying the strap, and then when I get to the final bit where you put it through, I'll pull it through really loose. Then I will line up their hands and hold the hands with one and tighten it there. And as soon as you sort of tighten it, even when they try to move from there, you've already tightened. And then I tighten it another two times to make sure that it's like stuck. Yeah, but you can see, like, even as I go to tighten it, people like trying to like wiggle, and it's like, I can feel your hand moving. You know that.
Yeah. They think because you're moving, you're not going to feel them coming up or doing something tricky, but I mean, what's happening.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. What about your some of your favorite experiences as in arm wrestling? Could be anything, could be matches, could be training, could be just some funny moments.
So one of my favorite moments is when I found the WAL.
Oh yeah.
And seeing, like Matt Mask versus Devin when they're talking shit to each other and just going at it, and Matt gets a pin on Devin in round 2, I think it is. I still will go back and watch that match like every month or so.
Yeah.
Because like I found the sport in 2018. And there's certain matches that I will still go back and watch that I wasn't there, but it's special to me. It brings back like that memory, that freshness of being excited about the sport. So that's a great moment, but also going to the very first Knuckles Up event in New Jersey, right on the border of New York City there. That was my first super match event. And that was the first time I met some of the big names of the sport. Like the first guy I walk in and I see is Ryan Espy.
Oh yeah.
He gets up to shake my hand, mind you, which is, that's a sign of respect. That's a gentleman when he gets up out of his chair to shake your hand. And I look up and I'm like, I'm only 5'9", mind you. I'm not a tall guy. And when you see a guy like Ryan Espy and some of these other dudes, I said to him, you are a gigantic human. That's what I said to him. Being at that first Knuckles Up was super special to me. Meeting so many awesome people that were athletes and non-athletes. So that's another, event and experience that I'll definitely, hold close to my heart for the rest of my life.
Yeah, for sure. What about on the table? Did you manage to get on with any of the guys that you're sort of have been watching for years?
So I actually asked Ryan Bowen to get on the table with me at one of the Knuckles Up, but we just never crossed paths again later. Unfortunately, I was like, damn it. So yeah, I didn't get on the table with him. But as far as being on the table, I haven't been on with like any like high level pros or anything. I guess I shouldn't say that. Nick Stone actually did some work with me on the table at Knuckles Up. Because I don't really consider myself like a real arm wrestler. I am more of a fan, and I'm helping 98 with kind of running operations and doing some other things behind the scenes. But I still like to get on the table at events, so that's kind of like Nick Stone. Getting on the table with him was awesome. I got to meet Svetan Gashevsky. I would have loved to get on the table with him just to see what it was like, because I hold that guy in very high regard. He's incredibly talented. I could go on and on, but yeah, had a lot of good memories at Knuckles Up and King of the Table, Atlantic City. I got to go to that. Yeah, hopefully I can get on the table with some more pros.
Yeah, that's tremendous. It's amazing. We've got a comment here from Ray Romanowski. He says, I think being passionate about arm wrestling and being non-biased, consistent, and also being confident in yourself will make you a good ref. And
Absolutely.
Brian Parliament is in as well from the Through the Fingers podcast. He says, agree, Ray. He says, you're a good ref. He is a good ref. And John Ola is here. He says, Team Stone. And I'm guessing he's talking about Nick Stone there. And he says, Master is my favorite puller.
Oh, dude. He's incredible. The Master Gashevsky.
Oh, yeah.
And shout out to John Oler. That's my best friend. I told him I was coming on tonight, and I was like, make sure you tune in, man. I'm going on Matt's show. And yeah, me and him went to Knuckles Up together and stuff. So he's like my local guy that's like in my immediate town that we do all the arm wrestling talk and, you know, hang out, watch pay-per-views together, all that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's one of those things that, you know, if you can get a group of people or even just one that you're really invested in the sport and they are as well. And it's like that, you know, when something happens in the sport or there's a match and you're like, you can be like, did you see that thing that happened? And yeah. So it's such a valuable tool to have. Dominic Lawrence has asked here if I'm still in the USA. I am in Miami, Florida at the moment, and I'm here till midway through October. So yes, I will be also, this is a small announcement, I guess, but I'll be going to the tournament that you guys are running in New Jersey on September the 13th. I booked my flights today.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Super excited about that. That's big news. That's not a small announcement. That's a big announcement. Matt from AWE, baby.
There you go. Absolutely. And it'll be great to meet everybody I'm more excited about that. I don't really care about the tournament. I'm not elite or high level or anything, but if I don't go 0-2, I'll be surprised.
Are you going to enter?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's go, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'll have to look at what weight classes there are, but I'm about 220 at the moment. So
yeah, I believe we have a class.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of classes, but
yeah, I was first timers.
Yeah. I was super excited to see that you were coming up. So if you're in the tri-state area, or hell, even if you're in Florida like Matt is right now, take a short flight up to New Jersey, come hang out, because the hanging out and meeting people from all over the globe is the coolest part about arm wrestling, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's every time that I've been to an event, it's been such an amazing experience, and you meet so many cool people. Yeah, I never thought when I started doing the sport that it would take me around the world and then I would meet so many different people and, you know, be doing this sort of almost full time and running my own promotion and running a club. It's an amazing sport. So I'm very, very grateful.
I love it. And that honestly is, you know, sport brings people together no matter what the sport is. This is a community. This is a family. We're global. We're international. There's not a lot of opportunities you get to hang out with people from Bulgaria, Australia, South America, you know, the UK in one room where you all can agree and do something together and have fun. The politics don't matter. The religions don't matter. We're there as a community to hang out, arm wrestle, and it's beautiful. That's one of the, you know, that's one of the biggest plus sides to this sport for me is meeting people from all over the world.
Yes, no, it's such a benefit. And John Ola says he can't ever forget the WAL days. There was a great promotion, and a lot of my rule set was based on the WAL rules because I found it the most entertaining out of any of the promotions that were around. And we adapted a lot of that into what we do. So Dominic asks here, are you scouting arm wrestling talent? Always, but there is so many amazing arm wrestlers here. You know, we could put a card on every week if we wanted to, really. There's that many people. So he also says that Matt is strong. Well, thank you very much, Dominic. But that may be proven incorrect on September the 13th in New Jersey. And the Drew says he would love to just teleport over and so would Dominic as well. Well, the flights that I got was super cheap. It was what, $84, like return, so there and back, $84.
With Frontier?
Spirit.
Spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
They're for some reason they run from like are you landing in Philadelphia or are you
Yep.
landing in New Jersey? Yeah, so the where the tournament is right over the bridge from Philadelphia. They're super close. Yeah, Philadelphia to Florida, they have like a deal going or something because you can get flights dirt cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
crazy. So,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Well, the good thing is that I'm going over with, and my girlfriend's coming with me, and
Awesome.
it was, yeah. So for the total for two of us, it was like $170 or something. Once you get all the fees and all the rest of it. But yeah, $170 for two people return. It was just like, this is the cheapest flight I've ever done.
Yeah. Um, they will hit you on the bags. I don't know how many bags you're
Oh, they
taking.
tried. Yeah, yeah. I saw.
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only going for one day, so
Oh, okay. You're
yeah,
gonna
we
be in
fly in
and
the
out.
morning and we fly out at like 10 p.m. or something.
Holy
But
shit.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I saw that. They're like, even if you want a carry-on bag, it's like $30 or something.
Yep. That's where they get you.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like, well, I'm not taking anything, so it'll be fine for me.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
a
take my
short
arms.
flight.
That's all I gotta
Yeah.
take.
So probably you're flying out of Miami, so 3 hours?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
About
2 hours, 50 minutes. So yeah, 3 hours.
yeah, I mean, that's nothing.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
nothing. That's awesome. I'm glad you got it cheap though.
Oh man, I was very surprised. Although I think I'll be sitting next to a box of chickens on one side and might be sitting on the wing as well. I think that's the seat that they allocated me.
Like this is what you paid for, buddy.
That's right. And I think I've got a pedal as well to keep the plane going.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
the
it's one in.
flaps moving.
It was in the fine print.
Yeah.
There
Oh
you
man.
go. And Brian Parliament says WAL is what got me into arm wrestling. Absolutely, yes. A tremendous promotion. I'm sure everyone in the chat has seen a lot of WAL. And yeah, it was unfortunate that they stopped putting on events and running the cards and everything like that once COVID hit. And there's always
Yeah.
the rumor that they're going to come back. But I think it's probably dead and buried at this point. Although, you never say never, but I think the odds are pretty slim.
Yeah. I really do miss the WAL. I loved it. I still go back and watch his matches just like I do with the Super Series on the rooftop of the BetMGM Grand of Arm Wars.
Yeah.
I still go back and watch some of those matches with Richard Lupkes and Tim Bresnan, Don Underwood,
Yeah.
you name it, all the guys. I mean, that's where I start to romanticize about arm wrestling. I think about, oh, do you remember the first time you saw this?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Brian Parliament says that he gets to train with Matt Mask all the time now, which is absolutely incredible. What a legendary arm wrestler. And even though he didn't get the win recently at East versus West, he still put on a great performance, as he always does. And I will watch that man arm wrestle every time he steps up to the table. Dominic Lawrence says he loved WAL. Having the spectators so close is where it's at. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was one of the things with Arm Gods as well, is that the crowd is like, you could reach out and touch the table. Like, that's how close you're sitting, which is amazing. And so, it's really about that atmosphere. They create a tremendous atmosphere in the room. They're playing music and everyone's singing along, and they do these great intros, and then the matches are fun and exciting. So a lot of great energy, and because it's in the UK, and the one that I went to was in Ireland. Everyone was friendly, and it was everyone was sort of very excited that it was happening. Everyone was in a good mood.
Yeah, that puts a smile on my face just hearing that. It makes me want to go to another one. They came here with the '98 in Winter Blast. Incredible experience, loved it. Paul Maiden was awesome. Got to chat with him a bit, and all the other guys. James Wall, big fan of his. He's awesome. Craig Sanders.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Craig Sanders. I've got I got to tell this story about Craig Sanders because
Go
he
ahead.
made me laugh, and I would never forget this. Uh, and actually, the Drews put up the Arm Gods there, armgods.com.
Check it out.
How?
Ow.
Yes, they're fantastic. But yes, Craig Sanders. We're in the pub after the event. It was the next day, and him and Connor Sale, I think it was, were doing this thing with the pints of Guinness, or the, I don't know what you guys call them. Did you call them pints here
Yeah,
in America?
I call them pints. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, great. So the game was when you get a fresh pint, you had to drink the right amount because the word Guinness was printed on the side of the cup.
Oh, okay.
And the goal was to drink enough to get the level so that it would split the G in Guinness.
Oh,
And
okay.
Craig Sanders was a bloody master of this. And he did it about 7 times in a row. And then Connor Sale was like, I don't think you can do it again. And because you've got to buy the beer for them, like if they get it, you've got to buy
Oh.
them the next beer. And so Connor buys him another beer, and then Craig drinks it. He puts it down, and it wasn't level, and it was still too high. And Connor's like, you missed it. I knew you wouldn't get that time. And Craig's like, just let it settle. Just give it a sec. Just let it settle. And then it settled down from the bubbles, and it went straight in the middle of the
Oh
G.
my
And
God.
the smug look on Craig's face, I've never seen someone being smugger than that. That was the funniest. He was there like, mm-hmm,
Yeah. He has mastered that. That's awesome.
Oh, it was so good. It was one of the best things ever. Through the Fingers podcast, Brian Parliament says, I really hope we can get some of our Alberta pullers to Arm Gods. Kind of why we teamed up with the 98. There you go.
Yeah. They are a franchise of the 98 up in Alberta, Canada.
Oh, tremendous.
Yeah. I love the Through the Fingers podcast. Brian's an awesome dude. Enjoy talking to him. Super happy to have, Canada be a part of the 98 because Canada is, kind of a mecca of arm wrestling. They have a lot of poolers. They have some incredible talent up there. So super, super happy to have Through the Fingers on board. And yeah, would love to get some Red Deer guys and some other Canadian guys to maybe like a Winter Blast or, have some super matches. It'd be awesome.
Yes, the age-old enemy of Canada versus the United States.
Yeah, and they're our brothers, you know what I mean? Like as much as the politics and whatever else, they're our allies, they're our brothers, you know what I mean? Like I love the Canadian people, whether we agree or disagree on stuff. I want to go to Canada. I got my passport, so I'm hoping to get up there sometime, but the as far as the arm wrestling goes, yeah, let's do USA versus Canada. I would love that. That'd be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. The Drew has a trivia question here. He says, what movie is this from? They Got Pints. And I have no idea. I said, was it Beer Fest? He says, think older. Any ideas, Randy?
Oh, what was that movie? Animal House?
Maybe.
Beer Fest was a good guess, though.
Pints are bigger than what they normally use. Yeah, we have pints, like standard pints, and then you can get an imperial pint, which is bigger.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Or you can get Das Boot.
Das Boot. The movie.
Isn't that what they drank out of in the beer? Was it Beer Fest when they had the boot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Das Boot.
Have you seen anyone do a shoey before?
Oh God, yes, I have. I've seen some pretty ragged looking shoes too,
Yes, yeah. I would never. I don't care how popular it gets. I'm not drinking beer out of my own shoe or anybody else's.
I don't even really drink anymore at this point, but it's like, yeah, not out of a shoe.
Phil Woody is in. Hello to you. We were talking about Arm Gods just before, and it was great to meet you in person there. That's one of the best things about it is you see all these people on the chat and stuff for years, and then you actually get to meet them in person, and it's like, oh, this is amazing. So the Drew says it's newer than Animal House. No one knows what it is. Drew, you're gonna have to give us another hint here. It's a fantasy movie, he says.
Spaceballs?
No idea.
I love that movie.
Bill Woody says, "Is it Groundhog Day? Maybe. I don't know." And Brian Parliament says, "Thanks, Randy. I love talking to guys. Also, and proud to be part of something that's going to be huge one day."
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We're trying to build, a big network for everybody. We are the 98%. As Ryan talks about, there's the 2% elite guys at the top, and we're trying to help get guys that want to climb that ladder up to the 2%. We're here for that, but we're also here for everyone else. If you want to be a hobbyist, if you want to pursue a pro career, anything in between, we're here for that. You know what I mean? And we want to try to grow this sport and this network, as far and wide as we can, because we love it and we see a lot of potential in it. And we're really not here to compete with anybody. We're not here to compete with AWE or East versus West or anybody. We love these other promotions. Like, you guys put on stellar events. East versus West is fantastic events. Like, we would rather partner and work with these other promotions than try to chop each other's legs out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
it's a slow grind, but we're working on it.
Oh, you guys are doing a great job. I mean, what is how many franchises? Like 10 franchises of 98 now?
Yeah, we're pushing around there. So we kind of do PA in New Jersey. Up here, we just call ourselves headquarters. It's just we're in the PA and New Jersey area. Then we have Maryland, which is 98 Antietam. We have North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, New Mexico, Arizona, Alberta, Canada. And I always feel like I'm missing somebody, but potentially working on one or two more, seeing how that goes. So, but yeah, we're just trying to build that network for everybody. And, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. We have other stuff going on in the background, but let's grow it. Well, let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you made a good point about working together, and I really don't understand a lot of the politics that goes around the world where promotions are, deliberately counter programming or setting up, exclusive contracts so that athletes can't compete with certain organizations, or there's a split between WAF and IFA, and if you compete there, you can't compete here, and it's just like that doesn't help anything get better or anything grow at all.
Yeah, it sucks, and hopefully one day we can kind of knock that stuff off. I know that's in a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world, but hopefully we can mend things and get things moving in the right direction together.
Yeah, for sure. There's enough space for everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so good. I was saying this last night, 2 nights ago with Jody Williams. The last 2 years, especially, that I've seen the amount of new promotions that have come out and putting on amazing events. Like Arm Gods, AWE, AWU, High Five, Knuckles Up. 98%. It's exploding now. It's like there's all these different places, even Texas Arm Wrestling League and Florida Arm Wrestling League.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so many different MAC as well, and they've got an event on tomorrow.
Absolutely. Make sure you buy MAC, tune in. A lot of the athletes have their own promo codes. So I believe you get a little discount with a promo code, and you can support MAC, and that card is looking good. Big Philip Larson versus Wayne Withers for the heavyweight title.
Yeah,
that'll be a great one. Milo and Auden Larrett are pooling. Artem Taranenko is pooling. John Therian, who we just had on the 98 Center Table podcast, he is pooling. And when he's on the table, there's some savagery about to happen.
Oh yeah.
So God, it's a big card. I know I'm forgetting people.
That's right. I've got it right here. Let me bring it up on the screen. Right there. There we go. So we got Coach Ray. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see this.
Yeah.
Coach Ray versus Josh Rodriguez. Always great to see Coach Ray compete, no matter what weight class or what event. Matt Oliver from Canada is taking on Blake Bullion from Canada as well. Danimal Labrie from America is taking on Daniel Schwartz. It's the battle of the Daniels, or Danimal, or the Animal. Milo Larratt, which is obviously Devin Larratt's son. And I haven't seen a lot of Milo pulling. I did hear a couple of years ago that he'd broken his arm in training, but obviously recovered very well since then. But he'll be taking on Shakar Verma in a match there, both from Canada. Joseph Spoljar will be taking on Shay Dickey. And then Matt Smith will be taking on Mike Hitt. Jerome Loud against Curtis Cameron.
Ooh, and nice.
Yeah, Ole Danilov versus Brendan Lemon Mulville. And the Savage John Tyrion, who I know you guys spoke with Wednesday night, I believe.
Yeah.
He is going up against Daniel Price. We've got Alan Ford versus Doug Allen, almost a battle of Allens.
Wow, yeah.
Jason Costantini versus Curtis Cameron. Oh, Curtis Cameron, that's Pork Chop.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And Rick Heidebrick will be taking on Philip Larson.
I don't think that's correct.
This one here?
Yeah, he's pulling Rick, I think, is pulling somebody else.
Okay.
And he's supposed to be pulling Philip is supposed to be pulling Wayne Withers.
Right. Yeah, they may have changed it. This is from Gold's Arm. I think when they make the announcement, I think Gold's Arm will get it and they'll put it on their site, but I don't think they update it depending on. Yeah. So it might be a little bit out of date there. But Auden Larratt versus Artem Taranenko is the main event there with the right arm.
Oh, wait. That was Mac 3. You're looking at the wrong card.
Oh, am I?
This is Mac 4. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, let's look at that instead. Let me get out of this. It's not letting me get out of the window.
I know. I was like, oh yeah, those are good matches.
Well, it just shows you the quality of cards that Mac is putting together. And well, if Milo competed last time, I wonder how he went, because I didn't see that match. So
he's competing. He's competing again. It should be right on the front page there.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Withers versus Larson. Okay, let me bring that up for everybody. This is an old card. Yeah, everyone's saying I'm looking at an old card. Thanks very much.
Some of the guys are on the card too. They're just pulling different guys. You know what I mean? So they look. Some of them look similar.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look here. Where's these matches? Auden Larratt, there he is. He's going up. This is the left arm against mine. Wow, that's a difficult last name there. Shuratarangas? I don't know.
I believe he is their national champ in Israel.
Fantastic.
He's like their top rated guy over there, I believe.
Oh, okay. Cody Smith versus Tyler Bolson. Danielle Everson versus Courtney Huyck.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a good game.
Yeah.
That'll be a good match as well.
Game of arms.
Yeah, for sure. Rick Heidebrick, he is back, and he's taking on Zachary Shattuck. And then another left arm match, Michael Smith versus Brendan Lemon Mulville. So we are seeing the same names, which is where that confusion came in there. But Milo Larratt, again, he is taking on Chris Doucette, but this is left arm as well. These are first to three. Victor Belov will be taking on Clifton Erickson, and Dave Morocco versus Christian Gilbert. We've got Brandon El Cesor against Eli Lapointe, either Lapointe or Lapointe.
Yeah.
And that's on left arm. There's a lot of left arm matches on this. Curtis Karam and Pork Chop is back. He is taking on Nathan Leland. Right arm, Elaine Goya versus Coach Ray. So this is almost the last card, but different opponents. Alex, I'm not sure how you say this surname, Bizayevkov, I think, obviously from Arm Wrestling TV, the YouTube channel there, against Tyler Bolson. And we've got Kirsten Murchiecha versus the Savage John Tyrion. So he does have a match as well at this Cruiserweight Championship on the right arm. Arden Taranenko will be taking on Alan Ford. That'll be a great match.
Yep.
And the main event, one of the main events here, Wayne Withers against Philip Larson from Sweden. We've also got, this one here, what's this say? Nicola Gazzetto
Yeah.
cancelled because of some family issues. Auden Larrett will replace him. Okay, so Mayan Shirtons, that must be that first one we saw
Yep.
right at the top.
Yeah.
I believe, which was there.
And the interesting thing about the match for John Tyrion, his opponent is from Malta, the country of Malta. So again, a place where we don't really see a lot of athletes come from. And then, like, we have Maya in there from Israel. So it's cool seeing guys from different countries that, you don't get to see very often. So
yes, absolutely.
about that.
Yeah, it's one of those great things about this sport, again, of arm wrestling, when you get these promotions and they having international talent and showcasing the skills of people that you probably would have never heard of or never seen before. And it's, like with Knuckles Up, I mean, they had people from Japan, from Australia, from New Zealand, from America, from Canada, from, all over the world, Brazil. And it was like, wow, this is a very international card. And
Absolutely.
these people, it's like, okay, I don't know who this guy is, but they say, well, he's a champion from Japan. And it's like, all right, well, let's have a look at, and then maybe you become a fan of his because you like his style or, whatever. And so, being able to expose those people to a Western audience, or an audience that may have never seen them before is absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, and it's really cool, especially like you said, Knuckles Up with some of the guys from South Korea, Japan, some of these other Asia regions. Pretty cool, and some really, really good athletes. But again, that's the fun part about arm wrestling is, there's a arm wrestler in every country, so
Yes.
it's exciting.
Oh, for sure. And the Drew has put up a link there for Mac 4 at Prem Stream. And there's a couple of promo codes that you get discount on if you use promo code 98 or Parliament or Larat. So you can choose. You wonder if you could stack them and like just keep and you get it for free.
Just keep doing slash. Like, I got it for free.
That's right. In fact, they owe me money now.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, there was a site I used to buy from that had stuffed up their shopping cart settings, and I took full advantage of that.
That's funny.
It was like if you paid with cryptocurrency, like it gave you 4 different options, and you could click on each one and it would load the price. But if you click on the first one, which was crypto, it would give you like 30% discount. You click on the next one and it was like, I don't know, Litecoin or something, which is a crypto, but it was a different thing. Then you get 15%. But if you clicked on the first one, you get 30. And then you click on 15, you get 45. And then the next one was like, if you pay with, what else? What are the other methods that were out there? There was 2 others. I can't remember what they were, but you get 10% for that and 10% for that. And it was like, okay. And I think I was getting about 80 or 90% off the price.
My God, that's incredible.
It was great. It went for years like that, and I bought so much stuff, and then they finally fixed it, and I was like, God damn it, I'm never buying anything from this place again.
You took advantage while you could.
Yeah, well, it's hard to go from paying like $2 for something to like, I don't know, 30 or whatever.
Yeah, that's funny.
Candy Passmore is in. She says, hey guys, great to see you, Candy, and hopefully we'll see you later on tonight as well for the Friday night 98% Arm Wrestling live chat, which is on at 8:30 in half an hour's time from now. So yeah, it's always good. And Paul Passmore doing great things recently as well in the sport of arm wrestling, having some great matches, and what an excellent competitor. So great to see you in the chat, Candy.
Candy and her husband Paul, they are 98 franchise owners as well of Georgia.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah. Paul is man, when he gets on the table, look out, man. Dude is strong.
It's just crazy the levels of the athletes in this sport. Like when you get on the table with someone and you're like, how does anyone beat this person? Like it feels like you're arm wrestling a statue.
Funny story about the past. Yeah. Funny story about the Passmores at Arm Gods. I after pulled their oldest son, who's 16, I think, 15 or 16. Too strong.
Already.
He's a wrestler too, and I can't really do much with my right. I have an injury in this wrist, and if you back pressure and like pull me back, like it feels like my wrist is gonna come out of my hand. I never got it really fixed, so I do a lot of left. And her son, Candy's son, comes up and says, "Take whatever grip you want." I knew I
And
was in trouble when he said that. He's like, "Yeah,
yeah.
just take whatever grip you want." I was like, "Okay." Meanwhile, I'm a 40-year-old man. You know what I mean? I don't really arm wrestle much, and I'm like, "This kid is solid, dude."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
wasn't great for me, but
it seems to be that some people just have a natural gift for arm wrestling, and they're just
yeah,
wrists are made of iron or something.
yeah,
We've encountered a few of those that have come through our club recently, and in the last 2-3 years, I think Hamza Hodzic, who started it, I think 16 or 17 years old, and within 5 months he was pinning me, and then he is continued to pin people from around the whole state easily, and then he went to the national tournament and won that. At like 18 years old and 2 years
yeah.
in, it was just like, wow, absolutely insane.
Incredible.
Yeah, and
the
guys
the
like
level goes higher and higher every year.
yeah, exactly right. And the weirdest thing, like, so you get on the table with somebody who's high level, and it just feels impossible to move them at all. Like even an inch, it's like, how the heck is anybody
Yeah,
beat this person? And then you see they go into a match and they get beaten. It's like, how strong is that guy then?
wild. It's just and like the wrist is probably my main problem. I just don't have the wrists naturally. You know what I mean? I'm sure I could get them, train my hand and wrist get stronger and stuff, but out of the gate, yeah, not my strong suit.
Yeah, it's a very specific, specialized strength, isn't it? It's like, because it's not about having a strong bicep or anything like that. And that does help when you're
Of
defending, but
course. Yeah.
really, that ability to clamp with your fingers, to get this position with your wrist, to flex that in, being able to turn supination, turn pronation.
Yep.
These are not natural movements that you
No.
do during the day. I mean, maybe turning the wheel in your car, that's about all
Yeah.
you'd really do that. And especially against dynamic resistance, where somebody's pulling and then they hit harder, and you're
Yep.
not expecting.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yes, and the different styles and techniques is the thing that really excites me in the sport, is that it's not just about the one thing and you get strong at that and then whoever's the strongest wins. It's like there are so many different paths to victory, so many different styles, and everyone has their own unique style to
Yeah.
what works best for their genetic makeup. And
Yes.
you never know which way somebody's going to go when they first start the sport. We've got so many people that when they come into the club for the first time, and they might have a long forearm, be quite tall, and you think, well, this guy would be great for top rolling or pressing, and they just can't coordinate that. And they're just like, I just feel like I want to turn
Mhm.
inside. It's like, well, if that's what you feel, then go with that, and then develop your game around that, because that's where
Yeah.
you're going to be the strongest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Candy says, yes, we leave this Thursday for Connecticut for super matches. I'm facing Kyla Ward, never been beaten. Yes, Daniel is 16, Henry is 9, and almost beats me.
A strong family, man. I'm telling you.
Wow. Wow.
Pass Moores are no joke.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
And
Uh,
the super matches she's talking about is up at the dungeon up in Nick Stone, up at their practice place with Ron Klumba and all the other Connecticut poolers. So yeah, they're doing a super matches on Friday, and then they're doing the Turtle Man 2 Classic tournament on Saturday, which I believe is like for charity. Um, so yeah, if you're in the Connecticut area or the Great Northeast up there, definitely check out the Facebook event page. Contact Nick Stone or us. We'll help lead you in the right direction there.
yeah. So is that there's a tournament running as well, or you can have super matches?
So they're doing Friday super matches and then Saturday tournament.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and they're holding the super matches at the dungeon, which is, their practice area for the team up there with Ron Klumba, Nick Stone, and those guys. So definitely kind of a cool place to check out too, with all the Tim Bresnan, pools up used to pool up there. He lives in Tennessee now, but some history there with those guys.
Yeah. It was one of the fun parts of going to Ireland was meeting Tim Bresnan, but apart from that, it was watching him trying to understand anything that Paul Maiden said. Paul's speaking English. Tim
Yeah,
speaks English.
yeah,
And everything that Paul said, Tim would look at me like, "What did he say?" And I'd have to translate for him because
that's funny.
Paul would be like, "What's the house prices like in Tennessee?" And Tim just looks at me like, I didn't understand
Translate.
a word of that. And I'm like, he's asking you what the house prices are like in Tennessee. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they're not bad. He's like, you got any horses? He's asking if you have any horses. It's like, oh, yeah, I got
oh,
heaps of them.
that's funny. Yeah, Tim
Yeah.
was doing. I think he was a farmer of some type. He had livestock and stuff in Connecticut, and then he moved to Tennessee. I'm not sure what he's doing there, but that's pretty cool if he has horses. That's neat.
Yeah, he said that he wears a gun at all times.
You welcome to the USA, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's funny. Like, my girlfriend here, when I got here and she's showing me around the place and she's like, and that's where I keep my gun. And I'm like, your gun? And she's like, yeah, of course, everyone needs a gun here. I'm like, oh, right, yeah, I
Yeah, it's a
forgot.
little different. I know. Yeah, they. I guess in Australia they had that one event there, and I guess that's when they decided to kind of shut it down, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah, it's
yeah, and Martin Bryant killed 35 people, and
yeah,
they said, that's enough of that. We're taking your guns.
yeah, yeah. And not to get political, I know this is arm wrestling show, but it is crazy because we just had another violent incident in the States the other day where children unfortunately fell victim, but
Uh,
sad.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. Absolutely. We've got a comment here from Candy Passmore. She says it's all about technique, and it absolutely is. And
Yep.
that she loves Tim Brisbane. So Tim's getting some love there.
I met Tim at
uh,
Armed Gods as well, and he was super nice guy. Very cool to meet him after seeing him pool for all those years, and he shared a little behind the scenes story with me about Arm Wars and stuff. So that was fun, but very cool.
yeah, it's so weird when you walk into a room and you see like 30 people that you've been watching on YouTube or on TV or
Yeah.
whatever for years, and they're all there. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I told Ryan Bowen that when he brought his son Bradley with, I was like, I kind of seen you grow up over the years. And I even told Auden that when I met Auden, I was like, I've seen these guys for the past, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it's been. And, it's weird seeing like the kids grow up and then, all that stuff. It's pretty crazy. You almost become like a part of their like life almost because you watch them so much. You know what I mean? It's wild.
Yeah, that would be a very strange thing to meet them in person then, and it's like, so much about that person and the
Yeah,
experiences that they've had, and they've never met you.
exactly. It is a little strange, when you think about it.
Yeah, it's great though. I love that aspect of it, and you can see that recognition, like, that look of when you walk into a room and people look at you and then they're like, "Oh, isn't that" it's like, "Oh, they know who I am. This is amazing."
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, so what's next for you guys with 98% there?
So obviously we have the September 13th Sean Latimer New Jersey State Championships, which yourself is flying up. Thank you to Spirit Airlines for the cheap flight. Let's get a sponsor. No. So we have that going on. We are, even though it's a little bit away, we're still working on Winter Blast, which is in March. That's as of right now, the largest tournament in the United States. We're trying to grow that. Let's try to break 600 entries next year. That would be awesome. Potentially doing another event in the PA, New Jersey area before the new year. So keep your eye out on that. But we're also want to look into getting to more community events, kind of where you see people show up to, a community event with a table and get people to arm wrestle strangers, do things like that. But also all of our other franchises, they're running events. So whether you're in, Maryland or New Mexico, Arizona, Florida, hopefully there's a 98 event near you so everyone can go check it out. So we're doing that. Website is being redesigned, adding some new merchandise to the website. Part of the thing that I do in the background is I'm working on, other merchandise with suppliers and other things. Can't say too much yet. I can talk to you off stream about it. Different things like that. We're just really focused right now on growing the sport and doing the stuff with the franchise. And we want the franchises to network with each other, share, like, subscribe, join in on podcasts. It's a lot of work. We're doing stuff every single night after our day jobs, but it's fun. We enjoy it. And, working on sponsors, the list goes on. You know all about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the thing is, if you're running an event or a promotion, there's so many aspects that have to be put in place to get it up and running and off the ground. And then on the day, it's just you're hoping everything comes together and that it works out properly and people have a good time. And then the footage was good and the people enjoyed it. And there's so many different aspects that have to be coordinated.
Yes, absolutely. But it is enjoyable work. You love it, especially when you make progress or you get a new opportunity. It kind of reinvigorates you. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that's the thing is, like, flying around the world and meeting amazing people is definitely worth the efforts that it takes to get things running.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Randy. I know you've got the 98% in 23 minutes from now.
Yep.
So we'll let you go to the toilet, grab a drink, and jump back on again. But check out the 98% Arm Wrestling YouTube channel, and 8:30 onwards, anybody can join in if you want to join in and talk to Randy or talk to any of the guys from 98% that are on the show. Then just hit that link and jump in and you'll be talking with them. So yes, so thank you again, Randy, for jumping on the show. I really appreciate it. And all the best for your refereeing and for the 98%.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching.